Nestled on the central California coast, Morro Bay embodies the essence of a classic seaside village. Its picturesque harbour, dominated by the iconic Morro Rock, sets the scene for a serene escape. Quaint streets dotted with shops and eateries offer a charming ambience, while pristine beaches and abundant wildlife provide endless opportunities for exploration and relaxation. Whether enjoying fresh seafood, strolling along the waterfront, or simply soaking in the coastal beauty, Morro Bay captivates visitors with its timeless allure. However, beneath its picturesque facade lies a hidden tale of murder. Before we dive into today's case, we'd like to express our thanks to today's sponsor, June's Journey. June's Journey offers an immersive vintage murder mystery experience set in the captivating backdrop of the 1920s. Available for free download, this game challenges players to uncover hidden objects and solve intriguing puzzles amidst stunning antique environments. As the story unfolds, players join June Parker on her quest for truth and justice, following the tragic loss of her sister to murder. With each captivating twist, secrets are revealed, enhancing the immersive gameplay. One standout feature of the game is the ability to customize your own mansion space and garden island, allowing players to personalize their experience according to their unique preferences. This adds a delightful personal touch, infusing the game with individual flair and style. After a hectic day, our team enjoys unwinding with June's Journey. Its mesmerising artwork and compelling narratives make it the perfect escape for amateur detectives and true crime enthusiasts alike. You can download the June's Journey app on Android and iOS mobile devices, as well as on PC via Facebook Games. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description below to download June's Journey today. A big thank you to June's Journey for sponsoring today's video. 51-year-old Hugh Frederick Harlin, a native of Morro Bay, led a unique and independent life as a self-employed fisherman, choosing his work hours and assisting neighbours out of personal fulfilment, expecting nothing in return. Despite being perceived as atypical and quirky by the community, he fostered positive relationships, and his idiosyncrasies were generally accepted as part of his self-directed lifestyle, characterised by respect for others' own choices. While Hugh appeared to navigate well within Morro Bay's coastal community, his personal life harboured some difficulties. Married to Diane Lenore Eakes Harlin, a 43-year-old woman known locally as the Dog Lady due to her deep affection for her canine companions over human interactions, their marriage was somewhat marked by turmoil. Diane's reputation for squandering Hugh's modest earnings and deliberately provoking him was widespread gossip across the coastal town. She frequently spent his money on her dogs, her friends, and even beggars, occasionally going as far as serving her husband dog food for dinner, with rumours suggesting she even incorporated it into casseroles. On October 13th, 1982, a grim discovery shook the tranquility of Morro Bay's shores as the badly decomposed body of a woman was found just off the beach. A cross-country meet at the high school nearby was underway when the coach's wife discovered the badly decomposed remains concealed beneath a cluster of trees whilst walking along the beach. Nearby lay a jade bracelet and a silver bracelet, ominous clues to the tragedy that had unfolded. Tragically, the woman had been strangled with a nylon dog leash and had been dead for around 10 or so days prior to her discovery. Initially unidentified, a public description of the deceased was circulated in the vicinity, though authorities released limited information as not to compromise their investigation. Coincidentally, Diane Harlin had last been seen walking her 2 dogs on October 2nd, where witnesses allegedly observed her dogs running away from the area where the body was later discovered at 6:30 p.m. on October 13th, shedding light on a potential timeline for the tragic events that unfolded. The owner of the ranch where the Harlins resided found it unusual that Diane's dogs returned home at 11 p.m. on October 2nd without her. When the owner raised concerns to Hugh, he brushed them off, claiming he wasn't worried. It was a friend who urged Hugh Harlin to approach the authorities, suspecting the unidentified woman found on the beach to possibly be his wife. Meeting with investigators, Hugh confirmed both jade and silver bracelets as belonging to his wife, claiming she had been absent from home for approximately 12 days. He admitted that he hadn't been concerned about his wife's whereabouts until news of the body surfaced. While Hugh's identification of the bracelets pointed towards Diane's fate, investigators scrutinised him as a suspect, given their tumultuous relationship and his failure to report her missing. Hugh defended himself, asserting that Diane had a pattern of leaving for days on end without communicating with him. Despite his claims, suspicion lingered, casting a shadow over the tragic circumstances surrounding Diane's death. When questioned about the last time he saw his wife, Hugh initially stated that her dogs returned home that night with their leashes on. However, upon learning that Diane had been strangled with a dog leash, he abruptly changed his story, claiming that the dogs had returned without their leashes. This sudden revision raised suspicions among investigators, prompting Hugh to request legal representation and cease further questioning. Hugh later contended that Diane's death was not a homicide, but rather the result of a past aneurysm for which she had sought treatment. Despite police considering him a suspect, he was never charged in connection with her murder. Although investigators expressed doubt regarding his involvement, they believe he withheld crucial information, possibly out of fear. 4 years later, on November 1st, 1986, Hugh visited a friend's house to borrow tools for a construction job in San Simeon, located 27 miles away. He arrived around 9 a.m. and departed San Simeon at approximately 1:30 p.m. in his 1967 Chevrolet utility bed pickup truck, and subsequently vanished without a trace, leaving behind unanswered questions surrounding Diane's death and his own mysterious disappearance. A few days after Hugh's disappearance, his friends stumbled upon his abandoned pickup truck facing north at the edge of Highway 1 near Cambria, its contents offering puzzling clues. The truck's hood was up, all of the doors were locked, and Hugh's lunch was notably still inside. Other personal belongings, including his glasses, backpack, sleeping bag, and tobacco tins, were left behind in the vehicle, with the keys discovered on the ground nearby. Further investigation revealed that a fuel line had strangely been removed from the truck. The circumstances surrounding Hugh's vanishing sparked various theories among acquaintances and Morro Bay locals. Some speculate that he fled out of guilt regarding Diane's murder, while others believed he may have departed for completely unrelated reasons, possibly to find a nearby garage to help with his truck's mechanical issues. Conversely, there are those who suspect foul play, suggesting that Hugh may have been harmed by Diane's killer. The decision to abandon his truck on the roadside baffles many, casting doubt on the notion of a voluntary departure. Hugh was a survivalist, and many speculated he had gone off on his own, again not unusual for him, but he normally told someone when he intended to return. The disappearance of Hugh Harlin remains veiled in uncertainty, casting a shadow of speculation and unresolved inquiries as the quest for truth and resolution persists. According to the Morro Bay Police Department, Hugh was surrounded by both allies and adversaries, suggesting a complex social landscape. Investigators harbour suspicions that Hugh may have been the victim of foul play, yet despite this belief, an extensive 4-day search of the vicinity where his truck was discovered yielded no evidence to support such claims. Authorities consider the possibility that Hugh orchestrated his own disappearance, driven by concealed knowledge of Diane's murder. Though if he had scarpered, why wait 4 years to do so? Conversely, his friends lean towards the belief of foul play, proposing Hugh may have become a victim of the same individual who harmed Diane. Despite divergent perspectives, Hugh's case remains an unresolved mystery, leaving loved ones and investigators grappling with unanswered questions and the lingering absence of closure. Hugh Harlin was 51 years old when he vanished in 1986. He is described as Caucasian, standing at 5 feet 8 and weighing approximately 140 pounds. He had grey hair and brown eyes, commonly had a beard, and was notably missing his left thumb and forefinger. If alive today, he would be 88 years old. Unfortunately, nobody has ever been charged in connection to Diane's murder, and similarly to her husband, her case also tragically remains unsolved.